Hey, I need to ask you something that's been keeping me up at night. How is it that people who think they're careful, who check everything twice, still get scammed out of their life savings?
Because the smartest scam in the world is the one you never even realized was a scam. Most people don't lose their money in some back alley. They hand it over, smiling, to someone they trust.
Wait, are you saying people just walk into it? Even educated people?
Every single day, I've seen lawyers, doctors, engineers, people with degrees and experience lose hundreds of thousands of dollars to scams that look perfectly normal on the surface. And the worst part, the system actually helps the scammers hide in plain sight.
No, come on, that's not possible. Surely there's some warning sign, right?
You'd hope so. But let me tell you about Annika. She was a project manager, meticulous with her spreadsheets. In 2021, she lost $75,000 to a safe investment recommended by her own cousin. She only found out it was a Ponzi scheme when the police showed up.
That's insane. Her cousin?
Her cousin. Most scams don't start with strangers. They start with someone you already trust. That's how they get you past your guard.
So, what? Everyone is at risk? Even people who double-check everything?
Especially those people. Because when you think you're too smart to be fooled, you lower your defenses. You ignore the little signs because you can't believe it's happening to you.
Okay, but what kind of scams are we talking about? Just Ponzi schemes?
Ponzi schemes are just the tip of the iceberg. There are romance scams, fake charities, investment frauds, phishing emails, even fake job offers. In 2019, Americans lost over $2 billion to scams reported to the FTSE, and that's just the ones people admitted.
$2 billion?
$2 billion, and that's only the people who are willing to report it. Most are too embarrassed to ever say a word.
So people get scammed, and then just stay quiet?
Imagine losing your entire emergency fund because you believe someone's promise. Are you going to tell your friends, your family? Most people blame themselves and hide. That's why scammers keep getting away with it. The shame keeps their victims silent.
Man, that's just brutal. But when you say scam, are we talking about Nigerian prince emails? That stuff still works?
That's child's play. Modern scams look like legitimate businesses. In 2020, there was a company called Wirecard in Germany. It had a market value of over $20 billion. It turned out to be one of the biggest frauds in European history. Investors, banks, even regulators were fooled for years.
Wait, that was huge. Right? Wasn't there a whole investigation?
There was. Wirecard's CEO was arrested, but not before billions evaporated. And it wasn't just amateur investors. Massive hedge funds, pension funds, entire banks got caught.
So if the pros can't even see it, what chance do regular people have?
That's the terrifying part. The more sophisticated the scam, the more legitimate it looks. Take Bernie Madoff. For decades, he was the chairman of NASDAQ. He stole over $60 billion from charities, retirees, celebrities. He fooled everyone because he was already trusted.
60 billion? That's not even real.
It was, for his victims. Imagine thinking your retirement is set, only to find out it vanished overnight.
Honestly, I feel like I'm already falling for something and I don't even know it.
Most people are. Sometimes it's not even outright fraud. It's the way banks structure their fees, or how investment firms hide commissions. They call it industry standard, but it's often just legalized theft.
Hold up, legalized theft?
Let me give you a real example. In 2015, a man named Carlos invested his life savings, around $200,000, with a wealth manager who promised low risk and steady returns. Over 10 years, Carlos paid almost $40,000 in hidden fees. He thought he was making money, but after inflation and taxes, he actually lost value. The kicker? The advisor didn't break a single law.
So he did everything right and still lost money?
The system is built that way. The paperwork is a maze, the language is designed to confuse you, and the loopholes protect everyone except the person writing the check.
That's honestly terrifying. Why isn't anyone stopping this?
Because the people benefiting are the ones writing the rules. In the United States, financial lobbying is a $70 million industry every single year. That buys a lot of silence.
Okay. But there has to be some way to know what's real and what's a scam. Otherwise, what's the point in even trying?
That's the question scammers want echoing in your mind. Why even try? Because the more hopeless you feel, the easier you are to manipulate. Their entire business is exploiting trust and making you doubt your own judgment.
So it's not just about being stupid or careless.
Not even close. Most scams prey on emotion, fear, greed, loneliness, hope. I talked to a woman named Linda last year. She lost $35,000 to a romance scam. She was lonely during the pandemic. Met a man online who said he was stuck overseas. He sent her photos, called her every night. When he asked for help, she wired the money without hesitation.
She never got it back, did she?
Not a cent. And the worst part, she still felt guilty, like it was her fault for being lonely. That's what these scams do. They destroy your trust in yourself.
So basically, nobody's immune. Even the people who think they know better.
Actually, those people are often the first to be targeted. Scammers love confidence. They know overconfidence leads to carelessness. That's why you see so many business owners and professionals getting hit.
But what about the tech stuff? I keep getting these texts and emails that look legit. Amazon delivery updates, fake bank alerts.
Phishing is one of the biggest threats right now. In 2022 alone, Americans lost over $1 billion to phishing scams. They use real company logos, official-sounding emails, sometimes even spoofed phone numbers. All it takes is clicking one bad link.
It's happened to, everyone I know. Even my dad almost fell for it last year.
Exactly. And these attacks are getting smarter. I saw a case where a scammer created a perfect replica of a bank's website, down to the last pixel. One woman, Jenna, logged in, entered her credentials, and watched as $5,000 disappeared from her account in real time.
Man, that makes me not want to trust anything online ever again.
That's the danger. If you trust nothing, you're paralyzed. If you trust everything, you're broke. The real trick is learning to recognize the patterns.
Okay, like what? What patterns?
A real bank is never going to text you a link out of the blue. No legitimate company needs your password. Anyone rushing you or asking you to keep something secret is setting a trap. If it feels urgent, if it feels too good, if it feels like you're special, that's the bait.
So it's more about catching the feeling than spotting some spelling error, Kate?
Exactly. Scams are psychological, not just technical. They use fear and urgency to override your logic. That's why they spike during tax season, during crises, during holidays, anytime you're distracted or stressed.
But what about the big, institutional scams? When a whole company is faking their numbers, how do everyday people even stand a chance?
The bitter truth is, sometimes you can't. In 2017, there was a crypto exchange in Japan called CoinCheck. Overnight, $500 million worth of cryptocurrency vanished. Regulators, investors, users, nobody saw it coming. Even the employees didn't know until it was too late.
So you can do everything right and still get flattened by stuff totally outside your control?
Sadly, yes. The world is full of risk, but you can drastically reduce your chances. The first step is admitting you're vulnerable, dropping the ego, and paying attention to the details.
That just doesn't seem fair.
It isn't. But money makes people do crazy things. You'd be amazed how many people are willing to destroy lives for a quick profit, and how easily you can become a target just by looking away for a second.
I'm honestly getting angry just listening to this. Who actually profits off all this? It's not just a few guys in basements, right?
No. The real money is in organized rings and corrupt insiders. There are call centers in India scamming Americans out of millions every month. And there are Wall Street firms selling products so complicated that nobody, not even their own staff, fully understand them. The victims span every country, every language, every class.
And the regulators just, look the other way?
Often, yes. Sometimes it's due to lack of resources. Sometimes it's complicity. After the collapse of Enron in 2001, regulators promised reforms. But just 2 years later, WorldCom collapsed for the same reasons. Fraudulent accounting, hidden debt, fake profits. No system is immune because every system is made of people.
So what do you even do? Seriously, if everything can be faked, how do you not get scammed?
That's the million-dollar question. First, build your own guardrails. Never rush into any decision about money, especially if someone is pressuring you. Second, verify everything independently. If a friend recommends an investment, look it up yourself. If a bank emails you, call their number from their official website, not the email.
That sounds exhausting, honestly.
It can be, but it's a lot less exhausting than trying to rebuild your life after a scam. Remember, scammers only need you to slip up once. You can say no 1,000 times and be fine, but it takes one yes to lose everything.
Okay, so slow down, double check, trust but verify. But what about, my parents? They're older, and I worry about them getting tricked.
That's a real threat. Seniors lose billions every year to scams because they're less familiar with the latest tricks. The best thing you can do is talk to them, openly, without judgment. Go through their emails together, check their bank statements. Keep the conversation going so they know you're a safe person to ask.
What if they already got scammed? They're too embarrassed to tell me.
Start with empathy. Let them know that anyone can be fooled, even professionals. Help them report it if possible, but don't shame them. The shame is what scammers rely on to keep their victims isolated.
I guess I never thought of it that way. It's not just about losing money, it's about losing trust in yourself.
That's right. The real cost of scams isn't just financial, it's psychological. It makes people distrustful, isolated, afraid. But the antidote is knowledge, community, and slowing down. If something feels off, it probably is. If someone asks for secrecy or urgency, walk away.
So, bottom line, how do I protect myself, my money, my family?
3 things. 1. Stay skeptical, but not paranoid. 2. Never make money decisions in a rush or under pressure. 3. Keep talking about scams with people you trust. The more you know, the harder you are to trick.
That actually makes me feel a little better. Like at least I'm not alone in this.
You're never alone. Everyone's a target, but everyone can learn. The scammers are counting on your silence. Talk, share, double check. That's how you win.
Thanks. Seriously, I'm going to go check my accounts right now and call my mom.
That's the smartest move you can make. Remember, the best defense isn't fear, it's awareness. Stay sharp, and you'll be ahead of 90% of the world.
I'm on it. And next time someone says this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I'm running the other way.
That's the spirit. If it sounds too good to be true, it always is.